get started, okay, with the first lesson. Yeah. So the first lesson, like I mentioned before, Pute, it is the lifestyle of our ancestors. In this lesson, we will be talking about how the way of life of our ancestors, those people who lived in the ancient times. Okay, this is what we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay, so people who lived in the ancient times, right? So many years ago, right? Like 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. How people used to live in our country and what kind of work did they do to make a living? How did they produce their food? What kind of methods they use to produce those and stuff like that, right? We will be talking about that here. Okay, right. So before we talk about that, before we talk about the lifestyle, we will talk about the economy, right? Economy, how the economy functioned in the country. Now the word economy can be a little heavy for you, but there's a meaning to this word economy. Okay, the economy of a country means, what do you think? What is the economy of a country? Yeah.
The starting
Okay, if a country is rich,
money.
if a country is rich, the economy is good or bad?
Good.
Good, right?
Money.
Strong economy. Yeah. So USA, you know, this country USA has a strong economy. The country Japan has a strong economy. Germany has a strong economy. Sri Lanka has a, yeah. Sri Lanka has what economy? Strong economy or weak economy today?
Week.
Very weak. Okay, not weak, very, very weak. Okay, that is the truth, right? But we used to have a strong economy. This is what we are going to tell you, right? We used to have a very strong economy. Now, 2000 years ago, we were rich than most of the countries in the region. We were rich, we were a very respected country. Today, we have lost all the respect and nobody cares. Sri Lanka, where is it? This is how the foreigners ask, right? I mean, if you go to US and ask somebody, do you know Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka, where? Is it a part of India? That is how they would ask. Why? Because we have lost all the respect. Why? Because we have become weak. That is why we are learning history. We are learning history to learn how good we were in the past and get an example from that. Learn from our past. Learn from the mistakes that we did in the past. So we don't want to do it again. Learn from the good things we did in the past and we can become great again. Okay, that is why we are learning these lessons. So the economy means the financial situation of a country is also part of the economy. Basically, the economy means the production of goods in the country, production and distribution of goods and services. Okay, so you have to produce goods. Let's say we are producing paddy, we are producing corn, and we are distributing. We are producing paddy, we are making rice, and we are distributing the rice. Like that, we produce so many things, and also we import so many things. We export certain things. So this whole thing and the use of money, the money also, everything is basically economy. It's like a system. Okay, producing, production and distribution of goods and services, that system is called the economy, and the use of money also, okay, are involved in it. So first let's take a look at the economy. One part of the economy is agriculture. Now our economy, like I said before, the production of goods is economy, one part of economy, and a huge part of our economy is agriculture. Okay, our country, now let's say for example Germany is, you know, this country Germany, and Germany is famous for what, Pute, mainly? Anybody? Situli?
Germany. I know, sir. What is Germany?
Yeah,
It's a country.
yeah, yeah. It is a country in Europe, right? Very developed country. What is it famous for? Tell me a few things that it's famous for. Like Sri Lanka is famous for tea. Germany is for what?
It's famous for tourism.
Tourism. Okay. Anything else? Not much, but yeah, okay. But
Sir,
famous
for
for
vehicles.
vehicles. Yeah, exactly. Have you heard of these brands like Audi, BMW, Porsche, Mercedes Benz?
Yeah.
These are made in Germany, right? That's okay.
The
Yeah. All right.
rich musical
So
heritage.
Sorry, Bude?
Musical heritage.
Yeah, I mean, so many things are there in a country, but I'm just focusing on one important area, okay? Important area. So, Sri Lanka is tea. Yeah, Ceylon tea is very famous in the world. Many countries love to have, many people in other countries would love to have very good Sri Lankan tea. Okay? Yeah, that's a different story. We'll come to that later. What I'm saying is, um, the economy, right? Sri Lankan economy, I mean, Sri Lanka is not famous for vehicles, right? But countries in Europe are famous for industries like vehicles, machines, technology. Now, countries like USA famous for technology, right? Google is from USA, YouTube, Facebook, all these IT companies are from USA. Huge companies, many huge companies, high tech companies, technology companies are from USA or Japan. Um, Now China is also coming up. So those countries have a different economy. Okay, they are industrialized economies. Okay, they have different industries. Sri Lanka is not famous for technology. Sri Lanka is not famous for vehicles, but our economy was mainly based out of agriculture. Okay, we had an agricultural economy. Okay, have you heard of this single word api vavam ratahadum? Yeah, you heard this? Yeah, api api vavam ratahadum, because our economy is agriculture. Okay, from the ancient times we are good in that, because we have a good land. When we grow something it will grow very fast. We have a good soil, fertile soil. When we grow something it grows very fast. We can grow paddy, we can grow other various types of vegetables, yams and stuff like that. So our economy was mainly based out of agriculture. Okay, now I live in the Maldives now, these days. So Maldives is not famous for agriculture. Maldives is famous for fishery industry. Okay, fishing. They're good in fishing. They have this tuna. For example, they export a lot of tuna. You might love this tuna called umbalakad. Yeah, in Tamil you call it masi. Yes. So basically, it's coming from Maldives. So they are good in that. Sri Lanka is good in agriculture because from the beginning, from the ancient times, we were good in that. Our economy was mainly based on that. So we grew everything, almost everything we wanted to eat. We brought from other countries what we don't have. Not mostly food items. Today it's different. Okay, those days, what I'm saying is, those days we used to grow everything that we wanted to eat, almost everything. Okay, so let's take a look at the economy now, how it functions. Here we will talk about agriculture first. How agriculture functioned in the country. Agriculture is the main part of our economy because Sri Lanka is an agricultural economy. Germany is an industrial economy. Japan is an industrial economy. They are good in electronics. They are good in vehicles. Japan. They are good in robotics technology. USA, they are good in IT related products, Apple iPhones and that computers, Mac computers, and those things. Same like that, Sri Lanka was good in agriculture from the beginning. So our economy is mainly based on agriculture. Okay, agriculture is what, Pude? Agriculture is farming and animal husbandry, growing crops, so we can eat, and animal husbandry. Those are the two parts of agriculture main. Okay, so agriculture is literally growing. Yeah, okay. So here we go. You can copy this table in your book later. Okay, yeah. So agriculture is a process of growing crops or raising animals for various needs. Okay, so that is why we divide agriculture into two parts. One is farming. Farming means growing crops, cultivating crops, yeah, for food. Then we have animal husbandry. Animal husbandry is what, Pude? Animal husbandry means raising animals or breeding animals for various uses. Okay, that means like chicken. goat, cows. Yeah, we will come to that in detail. Okay, why are we growing them? Why are we raising those animals? What are the products we can take from those animals? We'll come to that later, right? Okay, so here should be farming only. Okay, not
Yes.
farmings. Farming. Yes, Budhe. Yes, Budhe. Any question? Any
Sir,
question?
do we
Anybody
have to
have?
write this?
Yeah, you can take a you can copy this, but after I explain this, okay? Yeah, because it's the same thing is there in your book as well. See, page number 1, there's a flow chart, right? I made it a little simple here. Okay, yeah, right. Under farming, Pute, we have two types of cultivation. I'm gonna write the first one first. Chena cultivation, and the next one will be paddy
Wetland
field,
cultivation.
paddy field cultivation. Okay, yeah, or wetland cultivation. Okay, there are different names here. So chena cultivation, we will talk a little about chena cultivation before we say bye today. And paddy field cultivation, we can continue next week. We will talk a little about chena cultivation. So many things to talk about this. It will take like 40 minutes, 45 minutes to explain chena cultivation in full. So today we don't have a lot of time, but we will take a good start, right, for chena cultivation. Okay, right. So mainly in farming, farming means growing crops. Animal husbandry means taking care of animals or raising animals for different uses. Okay, you can raise animals for various purposes, right? You can raise cows for milk. You can raise buffaloes and bulls to take work. Okay, they can work in the paddy fields, or they can work in the carts, or you can make transport easy using the cows, right? The bullock carts, yeah. Gomkaratta. So animal husbandry, the raise the cows, bulls, buffaloes, all together we call them cattle. Okay, cattle. Yeah. So you can raise cattle for various uses. You can raise buffaloes for work in the paddy field. You can raise buffalo can me harak. Yes. So you can raise buffaloes for me kiri. Who enjoys curd with honey? Yeah, you love this, right? Kiri pani. So
Uh,
basically, you can raise buffaloes for that, and plus you can take work also from them, right? And then you can raise cows for milk mainly, and you can raise bulls or ox for transportation activity. So other work can also be done using them. They can also work in the paddy fields, not only buffaloes. Okay, right. Then you can rear goats. You can rearing means grow breeding and raising. Okay, rearing. So you can rear goats for what? What can you do with the goats if you grow goats? Yeah, what products that you can take from the goats?
get mutton.
Ah, that is what comes with right. Yeah, meat. Yes. Anything else?
Milk.
Milk. Yeah, goat milk. Very very nutritious food, right? Better than cow milk. Goat milk is nutritious than cow milk. Yeah. Anything else? What about skin? Can you get the skin? Goat skin. You can make many things using goat skin. Yeah, skin also. Yeah, goat skin. So goat is very similar to sheep. So sheep skin, goat skin. Sheep skin has a lot of wool in it. Goat skin, you can make so many things using goat skin. You can make bags, and you can make different equipment. You can make drums using goat skins. Yeah, so many things can be done. Then chicken. Can you? Why do you rear chicken? Why do you raise chicken?
To get eggs. Get meat.
Eggs and meat. Yes.
Eggs
Anything
meat.
else? No milk from chicken. Okay. All right. Yeah. So eggs and meat. That is the main thing, right? From chicken. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that is animal husbandry. We'll come to that later. Okay. So now farming is growing crops. Farming is cultivating crops, growing crops for food mainly. Okay, for food only. For food, people, and then animal food also, right? Sometimes, yeah, that is also there. But mainly for our consumption, right? For us to eat, right? That is why we do farming, right? to produce food for us to eat, for people to eat, right? So here we will first talk about this cultivation method, chena cultivation. Okay, chena cultivation. Now, Pute, you can read the tute when you are free. Okay, you can. This class is being recorded, so I will also share the recording of this class in the group, so you can also read it. Next week, once you are registered to this class, next week we will make a Google Drive, and in that drive we will put the tutes and the recordings, everything, so you can easily view them by clicking a link which will be put in the group description. Okay, right. So let's take like maybe 5-10 minutes extra today, because I want to finish. I want to start. We started strong. We're going to finish strong as well, right? So yeah, chena cultivation. We're going to start this. One second, Pute. We're going to start chena cultivation today and we're going to finish it in a strong point. Okay, that is the goal for today. Yeah. Yes, Pute.
Sir, what's the subtopic?
It is chena cultivation, Pute. Look, the topic is lifestyle of ancient and lifestyle of our ancestors. Agriculture is a subtopic. Okay, agriculture is a subtopic. It's coming under economy wise. Okay, agriculture can be the subtopic. Then farming is a subtopic. Under farming, we have two types of cultivation, right? Chena cultivation and what is the other one? Paddy field cultivation. You got it now, Budhe? Everybody understand? Yeah.
Yes.
So under agriculture, we have farming. Farming means growing crops. Under agriculture, we also have animal husbandry, meaning raising animals for various uses. And under farming, we have two methods of farming, two methods of growing crops: chena cultivation and paddy field cultivation. Okay, chena cultivation and paddy field cultivation. So, what is chena cultivation? I'm going to tell you now. Okay, so chena cultivation means we have different names to call chena cultivation. Okay, let me give you a few names first. Chena cultivation is sometimes called highland cultivation. Sometimes the word highland cultivation is used to call. And sometimes it's not there in your book. Some certain things are not there in your book, but I'm going to tell you, then you can make a small note of it. Okay. Sometimes it is called inland. It's like a form of inland cultivation in the land, not in. You don't see chena cultivation in the coastal areas or in the beach areas. So mostly you see chena cultivation in inlands or inside the country. Okay. So that is why sometimes the word inland cultivation is also mentioned. So mostly chena cultivation is called highland cultivation. Now, one big challenge we have to face in grade 7 is we have a lot of singular words in this syllabus. Singular words, so many singular words to learn, especially with this unit. So we are going to learn those singular words as well. Okay. So chena is an English word, Pute. Chena cultivation is an English word. The singular word for chena cultivation is hena. Okay, hena. So hena කියලා කියන්නේ chain, right? Hena means chena. Hena in singular, chena in English, right? And hen govitana කියන්නේ chena cultivation. Okay, govitana කියලා කියන්නේ agriculture cultivation. Okay, govitan කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ agriculture, so farming or basically cultivating govitana. So hen govitana කියලා කියන්නේ chena cultivation. Yeah. So hen. Hen means one chain. Chain is in English. So what is a hen? What is a hen? Okay, now I'm going to tell you what is a hen. Abute. So there's a farmer who likes to do farming like you. You like to do farming, right? No? Why? Yeah. You're very lazy, right? That's why you don't want to do farming. Yeah. You you don't want to stay outside in the sun and grow crops. Yeah. But you're very good at eating, right? So these farmers are growing all these crops and sending to your house. You're buying them, you're preparing, and you are eating. Eating very easy, right? Yeah, you can do it easily. Yeah, but cultivating very difficult. Okay, that is what we're going to learn here. So, chain cultivation means it is done from the jungle. Okay, this is what we call chena cultivation. Now, this is the oldest cultivation in the world. When the man started farming, this is the first type of farming he did. This started like 10,000 years ago. This chena cultivation started about 10,000 years ago. Okay, in the world. That is why it's the oldest form of cultivation. Okay, this is the oldest cultivation method in the world. Chena cultivation. What is the singular word? Put again. Singular word for chena?
Chena.
Hena. Yes, H-E-N-A. Hena. Hena. So if you know to write singular, you can write it as well. Okay, hena. Hena. Hen කියලා කියන්නේ plural. Hen කියන්නේ many chenas. So hena. Hena කියලා කියන්නේ one. Okay. Hen කියලා කියන්නේ ගොඩක්. Yeah. So hena one chena. Hen කියලා කියන්නේ chenas. So hen govitana chena cultivation. Got it now? Everybody understand? So hena in singular, chena in English. There are other words also. I will come to that later. Okay, little bit more singular words are there, but let me explain how chenas are cultivated first. Then we will learn other words and other singular words and everything. Okay, right. So this is a form of a jungle cultivation. Okay, this is like I said, sometimes called highland cultivation. So there's a farmer. Now I want to do chena cultivation. Let's say I'm a farmer. I want to do chena cultivation. What I do, I go to the jungle. I go to the jungle, I check the jungle, I select a suitable plot of land. Let's say I'm selecting this plot. This is the whole jungle, okay? This one, this part is the whole jungle. Everybody got it now? This is the jungle. Everybody understand? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Jungle. This is the jungle or the woods. You have different names to call a jungle, the forest, the woods, jungle, whatever, right? So now I'm selecting this plot, okay? I go on, I select a suitable plot. Okay, what plot I will select? Okay, with less trees, easy to prepare, easy to clean, close to my house. I will select that place, right? Easy, right? Yeah. When you want to cultivate in a place, you will select that place. You won't go inside the jungle and select. Yeah. You will select it like a little close to your house. Easy to prepare flat land, easy to prepare for cultivation. Yeah. Okay. So you will select the plot of land first. Everybody understand? The chena farmer will first select the plot of land. Now what is the next step? Now what is the problem with this land? There are many trees, wild trees, right? Yeah, just like that. There are big trees and there are small trees like bushes. Yeah, small trees. So what are you doing next? You got to clean this land. So you will cut all these bushes and plants, wild trees and all. But you don't touch the big trees. Big trees are not normally cut. Okay. If there are big trees, they are left. They are left alone. Okay, I will tell why later. So first, what you do is you clear the area now, because when you clear the area, you can grow the crops. Yeah. So next will be, first you select the land, next you clear the area. Okay. You use your tools, you use your knives and mammety and everything, you clear the area. Right? But big trees, you leave it, okay? You leave the big trees alone. Why? Because they are part of the forest. And that is one reason, okay? And if the big trees are cut, Pute, if the big trees are cut, the water springs can go dry. That is dangerous for the environment. Ancient people understood the importance of big trees. And big trees are part of the forest. So chain cultivation is done in the forest. Big trees are not cut because of that. Wild bushes and all, they can grow anytime. Nobody cares about them, no use of them, right? But big trees are useful. And also big trees can be used to make watch huts, tree houses. So you can guard the China land in the night. Okay, we'll come to that later, right? So there are many reasons why big trees are not cut. Okay, like I said, but just remember, except the big trees, all the other wild plants and bushes, they were cut. And the area is now clear or cleaned. The area is cleared now. Now this is the land I selected to cultivate my crops. Okay, from the jungle. The rest of the jungle, okay, there are animals in this. Let them live peacefully. And I am gonna farm in this area. I am a chena farmer. This is my house. Okay. Yeah, right. 1 kilometer from the house to the chena farm. Okay, right. All right. So, example, right? These are examples. Don't take it serious. Okay, right. So, what is the next step? Now I selected the land, I cleared the area. The next step will be setting fire to this land. Setting fire to the land. Why are we setting fire to this? When you set fire to the cut bushes, you know the bushes, wild plants, you don't need them, right? So they will go dry in a day or two, and then you can set fire to it. Why do you set fire to them? When you set fire to these bushes, they become ashes, right? They become soot. Yeah, they become ashes, right? So this ash is very good for the soil. This ash contains carbon. So when you mix the ash with the soil becomes very rich or fertile, as we call it in English. Then the crops will grow very fast. Why? Because of the ashes. Okay. So if you are doing any farming, any small farming or something like that in your house, you might have seen this. Sometimes, you know, your mom will put some ashes to the plants. Have you seen it? Yeah. Have you seen it, anybody? Yes. Sometimes, you know, you can mix the soil with ash. That makes the soil very rich, very fertile. You don't need fertilizer. You don't need pohora one. You know, with the alu, when you mix alu with the soil, pasek alu mix kram, it becomes very, very rich. Okay. So that is the main purpose. So before you set fire to this land, there might be animals hiding inside those cut bushes, right? There will be animals, right? Innocent animals like rabbits, porcupines, maybe small animals, right? Squirrels. Yeah. So you got to chase those animals before you set fire. But otherwise, the animals will also get killed, right? Innocent animals are there in the jungle. Some animals are wild animals, like dangerous animals. Some animals are innocent as well, right? Okay. All animals are innocent. Basically, we only made them very, you know, all animals are literally innocent. I mean, if we don't harm them, they don't harm us. Yeah, you got to understand that. So here, because we want to make a living, we are doing this, right? We want food. That is why we are cultivating chain land, right? Okay. So before you set fire to the land, you shout and go around the land, the farmer, to chase the wild animals who might be hiding inside those bushes away. Okay. So after that, you set fire to the land. Before that, you don't, because animals might get killed. So imagine, think, the ancient people, they thought about the environment. They also thought about the innocent creatures like animals. Okay, they did not harm the environment. They did not harm the animals. Okay. So once that process is over, once the land is set on fire, then now the land is ready almost. Okay. Now the next step will be tilling the land. Tilling the land means with a tilling a land means with a turning the soil upside down. You till the land. Turning the soil upside down. You can use a mammoti to do that. So turning the soil upside down means with the ashes will go under the soil, right? When you turn up, because ashes will be on top, right? So you can turn it. Then now that is preparing the land for cultivation. Okay. So once you have tilled the land, you prepare the chena land for cultivation. Now the chena land is ready for cultivation. Okay. So I told you a few things here, mainly 4 steps. One is selecting a suitable land from the jungle. Second step is clearing the land from these wild plants and bushes. Third step is setting fire to the land. Before setting fire, you shout and chase the wild animals who are hiding, maybe. And the fourth step is you till the land, you turn the soil upside down, till the land and prepare the land for cultivation. Everybody got it, Pude? That is a process of preparing a chena land. Okay. Now you can grow your crops there, right? Now the chena land is ready. Now this is a very fertile chena land. This is a newly prepared chena land from a fresh plot from the jungle. You go to the jungle, you select a fresh area in the jungle and you cleared it, you set fire and you did everything you want to do. And now it is ready for cultivation. Now this type of a chena land in English or in Sinhala is called Navadali Hena. In English, we call it a virgin channel land. Okay, so this is a virgin land, virgin channel land. And in Sinhala, you have to remember this word Navadali Hena. Navadali Hena. Okay, Navadali Hena. Navadali Hena. The mainly the meaning of this Navadali Hena means Nava means with a new, Dali means with the ashes. Okay, when you burn, you have ashes. So after burning, you have these ashes. No? So Nava Dali Hena means newly prepared chena land after setting fire to it. Okay, after setting fire to it. So Nava Dali Hena is the word to remember. Virgin chena land is the English word. Okay, a newly prepared chena land like this after setting fire is called the virgin chena land. Okay. Now you cultivate crops in this land. What are the crops you cultivate, Pute? We have a lot to learn. A lot of crops were cultivated. I have also mentioned them in this tute. And you can read the tute when you are free, not in class. When you are at home, you can freely read the tute and come to the next class. Before the next class, I will upload the tute. Anyway, you don't have to read the tute before coming to the class. It's fine. You can read the tute after the class also. No problem. Okay. But during the class, you focus on what we are telling you. Okay. Then you can understand. When you understand, you remember. When you remember, you don't forget. Yeah. Okay. So in order to remember, you need to understand. In order to understand, you need to listen. Okay. So when we explain something in the class, you listen, then you understand, then you remember. And if you have any questions, please ask. Okay. You can raise your hand and ask, or when I give you time, you can ask, right? Okay. So here you can see a photo of the channel and Pute. Can you see? I put a photo here from Google. Can you all see Pute? Confirm? Yeah, this is a photo of a channel land. Can you see this? What is this? It's a tree house?
A tree
Watch,
hut. Yes.
watch
A
hut.
watch
Yeah.
hut.
Yeah, it's a watch hut. Yeah, kind of like a tree house, right? Yeah, it's small one, like a hut mostly. So this is the channel land. Yeah, you can see this area is the channel land. So where crops are cultivated. Now this is like kind of abandoned. So this is not, I don't see anything cultivated here. Yeah. So yeah, it's like kind of, just after cultivating, I think. Yeah. But this is just to give you an idea. I just put this photo so you can have an idea. Okay. Right. Many other things to learn as well. So here we spoke about this one today, how to prepare channel land. So these steps are, I believe, very clear. Everybody should be able to write these steps in order. Okay. And we also learned about these words like Navadali Hena, and our Delhi hyenas are very fertile, okay, very rich soil, and anything will grow very fast in those lands. Okay. So before we say bye for today, we will also learn a few crops that were cultivated in channel lands. Okay. A few crops. We will repeat this again next week. So what are the crops that were cultivated in Chena lands? So Chena lands, we don't cultivate paddy in Chena lands. We don't cultivate rice in Chena lands. But there was other types of paddy like similar to rice that was cultivated. But mainly we cultivated different grams, different grains in Chena lands. Okay. So anybody have tasted Kurakkan? Kurakkan? Yeah, Kurakan is a grain,
Yes, sir.
right? It's a cereal
Yes.
grain.
Yes.
Kurakan is a very, very, very nutritious
Yes.
grain. Yeah. So you can make so many things with Kurakan, right? Kurakan halapa, Kurakan
Yes.
talapa, Kurakan kanda, Kurakan porridge, kanji, yeah, as you call it. So Kurakan bread, Kurakan roti. You can literally make like it's also like wheat. Okay, with wheat you can make so many things. Similarly, with Kurakan also you can make so many things. Okay, so Kurakan is one of the main crops that were cultivated in those Chena lands. Okay, Kurakan. Then we also have Meneri. Meneri is also very similar to Kurakkan. So Meneri today we don't use much. Kurakkan still we are using a lot. Okay, today like especially those who are sick and all, they are advised to take Kurakkan because Kurakkan is a very nutritious, good food. Yeah, like very good for your health. So for Kurakkan Pute we call it finger millet. Finger millet. There's a small spelling error here. I'll correct it. So finger millet. Yeah, finger millet is the English word for Kurakkan. Millet means meneri. Meneri is another type of crop. Okay. Then mungata. Green gram is the English word for mungata. So mungata was cultivated in these chain of farms. Long beans or mackerel. Do you like mackerel? Anybody? Long one, long thin one, beans.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, mackerel. Then paspalum is another type of plant. Ginger, you know ginger, inguru. Mustard, abba. These kind of things, these type of crops were also cultivated in the China lands. Then another type of paddy, a small paddy, yeah, type of paddy is called LV. LV is another type of paddy, but not like normal rice, smaller than that. So LV was cultivated in China lands. Sesame or thala. Thala was cultivated in China lands. Who loves thala karali, thala guli? Anybody? Thala karali? Anybody loves
Yes,
thala
sir.
karali? No. Yeah. So sesame is cultivated in China lands. Cotton and sugar cane. Cotton and sugar cane also cultivated. Okay. Sugar cane is ook. Yeah. Sugar cane is how you basically produce the sugar. So sugar cane is the favorite food of an animal. Anybody can tell me? There's one animal. Sugar cane is its favorite.
Panda.
Sorry?
Panda.
Elephant.
Elephant.
Yeah. Elephant. Okay.
Panda.
I'm sorry?
Your panda's favorite food is bamboo.
Panda also? Okay. Yeah. I mean in Sri
Panda's
Lanka we
favorite food is bamboo.
bamboo, right? Panda loves bamboo. Yeah. Yeah. Bamboo. Yes. Maybe sugarcane also. But elephant pute, when he sees sugarcane, right? When the elephant sees sugarcane, it's like you see a chocolate cake inside your fridge. Yeah. How you look at it? When you see the chocolate cake, just imagine you have a China land full of sugarcane. Okay. Now the elephant is coming in the night. Nobody in the China land. It's like everybody in your house went out and you have this chocolate cake inside the fridge. Yeah. How you look at it, right?
Yes.
Open the fridge and like that. Look at same like that. Elephant will look at the sugar cane like that. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna eat it. So then vegetables. Various types of vegetables were also grown in China lands like pumpkin, wataka, pumpkin, brinjal, then Wambatu, yeah. Ash pumpkin is alupohul. So various types of pumpkins and vegetables were grown in China lands. And yams, okay, ala kila kyanne in Sinhala, yams which are growing under the ground, they are also cultivated on China lands. Innala, batala, manyokka. Innala is a small type of ala. Innala and Kiriala is also there. Kiriala is even smaller. Innala, Kiriala, Batala, Manyoka, these kind of yams were also cultivated in China lands. Okay, you have a question now. What is this crop? What do you think this crop is? Here. Anybody?
Rice.
Think. This is rice? This one? We just told you.
Kurakan.
Yeah, exactly. Kurakan. Okay. So this is the Kurakan plant in a China land. And this is Kurakan, the grains. Okay. Looks like rice, right? It is also a grain. That is why it looks like rice. Ratuhal wage but it's smaller than that. So that is Kurakan for you. Okay. So you can fill in the blanks once you get the route printed. And you can copy the chart in page number 1 on your book for understanding better. So today we took a start to China land. I believe that's enough for one day. And next week we're going to continue from here. And we're going to finish a big part of this lesson next week because we
Excuse
don't
me,
have
sir. Do
introduction
we
next
have
week.
to write? The introduction thing.
No need, Pute. You can read it, no? You can read it and you can understand, right? We will write what is necessary, okay? Yeah, we will write especially important points and questions. And no need to copy the tute. But if you want to, let's say, for example, if you want to remember certain parts in a tute, right? This one. For example, here, see, I have highlighted this part, right? I put it in a box, right? Can you see how to prepare chena land? This you can write it on your notebook, okay? Because when you write, you can remember better as well. So once you read, you can also write it. You can change the words, use your own words. It's okay. So you can remember better. So we will take notes like that. Not so many notes, but yeah, whenever, whatever we want to remember, we will write them. Okay. Important things. Okay, now, Budhe. Any other questions, Budhe? We will answer your questions, if any, next week. I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. Everybody understood the lesson, Pute?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Pute.
Sir,
Yeah.
will you send these tutes?
I will send the tute, Pute. Like there's some more to complete for me in this tute. So once it is done, I will send you maybe around Monday or Tuesday. I will upload it. Okay. Yeah. So for now, you can watch the recording. I will upload the recording today. So you can go through that.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay? Yep. Yep.
Excuse me, sir. To draw that chart.
Yes, you can draw that chart so you can remember. Yeah, you won't
Okay,
forget,
sir.
no?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Excuse me, sir. Is the chart named the introduction?
No, it's okay. You can put the topic. You can put the topic and you can put the subtopic agriculture. Under that, you can put the chart. Okay. Because this is this is the parts of agriculture, right? In page number 1, you have the chart is part of agriculture, right? So under the subtopic agriculture, you can write it. Okay. Got it? What is my YouTube channel? You can type in YouTube, just type O level history English. You can see my YouTube channel. Yeah. We have like almost 3,000 subscribers now. I think not enough, but yeah. For those who love history, they subscribe my channel. Okay.
Sir, can you please say the channel's name again?
Which name, Pute? Channel's name? It's O level history English. Just type O level history English in YouTube. My videos will come at the top. Yeah. Any other questions, Pute? From today's lesson, anything? Anything you didn't understand? Any other things one Puta asked? If I can explain in Sinhala, I think he also understood. Who is that? He also understood. I think if you have anything, any areas that are difficult to understand, after 1 or 2 months, you're gonna get used to it. Don't worry, okay? Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You just keep your focus and work a little hard. You will be fine, okay? Yeah. I like to do fishing. Oh, okay, all right. You should come to Maldives. Situli, okay, no, Bute? All right. You had a question, no? That copying the chart thing. Okay, I'm just reading that. I saw that before as well. Okay, thanks for subscribing my channel. A few students already subscribed. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining today. We will continue the lesson next week. We will start strong next week. We're going to finish chena cultivation and we're going to discuss paddy cultivation. We are
Sir, can
also
you
going to
tell the
discuss animal
YouTube
husbandry.
channel name again?
O level history English. Easy, no? Anybody can remember. Just type O level history English. Yeah. Okay, Pute. I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye. God bless you. Have a good night. If you have any questions, put in the group. We have a group, no? You can put it in the group as well. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the group. Okay?
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you, Pute. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Good
See
night,
you all.
sir.
Bye.
Bye,
God bless. Good
sir.
night. Bye. God bless you.